what you have. And I was grateful. No, you know, I wasn't an asshole. But I was like, no, pass, right? And my agent at the time was like, what? Right? And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go in. Okay. And then I got a call from another agent at the office. He's like, just go in. I'm like, all right, I'll go in. So I went and auditioned, and they loved me. They want to see you back. They want you to come back and read with one of the other actors. Oh, okay. Went back, auditioned, ended up getting this movie, right? All these cars. It took us to Vegas as a group. We all got to bond, and we made this movie. And I remember my mom asking me before the movie came out. She's like, "Do you want to have a premiere in your hometown?" And I go, "Mom, no one's ever going to see this movie." Yeah. Literally the next day it opened, my life changed forever. There is not a day that goes by still that people aren't like, Jesse, all day long. And it's amazing. It's just like that movie just came out. And now that they've made however many, 50 movies, you know, it's awesome. And it's one of those movies that's a classic. And just about everybody has seen it at some point. And, you know, I will say that Paul Walker was one of the nicest guys in the world. One of the nicest guys in the world. Yeah. He's the kind of guy that, and one of the most memorable moments is actually at the end of the movie when I come in and I'm racing in. I'm like, "Dumb, so sorry." I remember I wasn't bringing it, right? And the director was on me, you know, he's like, "Come on, push it. Finally I came in, I screeched in, and I gave it everything I got. Who was the first one to come out and run out to me? Paul Walker. And he came out and was like, "Oh man, that was amazing." He gave me a huge hug. And that's the kind of guy I was. He always made sure you had food on your plate. He always made sure that you were okay. You know, if the director got a little too intense, he'd always be like, "Hey, don't worry about it." So, yeah, I mean, we weren't close. You know, we'd hung out a few times after the Fast and the Furious. You know, after he passed, there's really not a day that goes by that I don't think about him somehow. And I think that his passing is to teach and for people to learn from. And that's the kind of guy he was, and that's kind of how I look at it. I think that he was like, "No guys, I got this. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to teach you something." And he's a reminder that life is precious. Live every day. So, thank you. Hi. How are you?
How did you get interested in ghosts?
Oh, well, I've always been interested in them, and they seem to be always interested in me. I've had experiences since I was young, all the way up to now, and I've always loved all the ghost shows. And then a show came along called Ghost Adventures, and it sparked something inside of me. And I knew at that moment when I saw them that I had to meet them one day. And it's, you know, always follow your passions, right? And finally Twitter came along and I contacted them, and they were gracious enough to have me on their show. And that's kind of where it all started for me. But I've always had experiences ever since I was little, you know, had pans flying out of the cupboard, you know, had whispered my name in my ear. I've seen a lot of things, so it's always been a passion of mine.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, Chad. So, shout out to my boyfriend who really wanted to be here to meet you because you were his favorite character.
Oh, what's your boyfriend's name?
Brian.
Shout out to Brian.
And he really wanted to ask a question. He was so excited to see you in heaven. And he wanted to know what your heaven would be.
Very easy. My heaven would be family and friends. Period. I've always said I would like to see some dinosaurs walking around. Because how amazing is that? And what the hell is that? Years ago, these things were walking around. Does that not blow your mind? Right? If we saw a dinosaur, we'd be like, what the? Right? Oh my God. And I want some answers. I want answers when I die. What the hell is this? This is not normal. People think this is normal. We've been doing it for years. Being human is not normal. We are the aliens. We are these godly creatures that walk around. Like a big Sims game. I forgot how I got on that tangent. My heaven. Family, friends, some dinosaurs. I want to go see a Michael Jackson concert.
Woo!
And I want to chill. Right? I want to take a break. You know, all right, that was cool. Let's relax. Come over to your house, hang out. Come over to your house, hang out. Right? I don't know.
Thank you for
Thank
that
you.
insight.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, I was wondering what's your favorite place to record paranormal stuff?
My favorite place, as in like to gather evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want me to play some? You guys
Yeah.
want to hear them? Okay. So my favorite. Listen, I tell people that spirits are around us all the time. We don't have to go to really haunted locations in order to find them. They're everywhere. We just have to open our eyes and open our hearts, figure out what's going on, right? Hold on a second. But there are places that are more intense than others. I think that has a lot to do with the land, right? People are like, well, no, it's the house. You know, what happened years and years ago on that land, right? We have these energies that were inhibiting these lands, the otherworldly entities. Portals, okay? A house can be very portal heavy, where you got spirits coming in and out, and that is how I believe we have the otherworldly entities coming through as well. Bigfoot? Maybe, right? One of the locations that we went to for ghost stalkers, it was in Springfield. I forget exactly, Baltimore somewhere. And there were reports, it wasn't in the show, but people were seeing a Bigfoot creature. They've seen it all around town. What the hell is that, right? So I say, if you're looking for something paranormal, you know, they're everywhere. Okay, let's see if this will work. Hold on. Got it. Hello. Okay. So this was something that I got a week ago at the Crown Point Jail in Indiana. And this old abandoned jail. Beautiful. It's where John Dillinger escaped. And I was in a confinement cell by myself. And what you're going to hear other people in the hallway. But there's one voice that was in the room with me. So hopefully you guys will be able to hear it here. On my supernatural speaker. Okay, here we go. Okay, so you're gonna hear people talking, but listen for the female voice after I ask their name. One more time. I think it's saying Nina.
Sounds like me.
The real supernatural, folks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hey, it's an ugly scarf.
Oh, it is? Oh my God, next. I'm kidding. You love it, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
So, Ghost Adventures, do you think it would be at all possible to bring them along for like a supernatural convention or maybe an own mini tour with you?
You know, I really wish that were the case. I really do, because that was one of my favorite shows, and it was a very inspirational show for me. It played a huge part. And all three of those guys have played a huge part in what I do now. And they helped tap that place inside of me that now I just go gangbusters for. Unfortunately, you know, paths goes different ways. And so I don't think they're going to be coming out with me anytime soon. And that's okay. I wish them well, and you know, I wish, but right now it's just gonna be me. I dearly hope so. I dearly hope so. Thank you. Hi.
Hello, Dr. Badass.
Hello.
Touching on that a little bit.
Yeah.
I just got to know what it was like to investigate with the very intense Zach Bagans.
Ooh.
Right. Yeah. Listen. I don't talk to Zach anymore. Okay. But I will say that when I came knocking, he answered, and I wrote them letters. This was before Twitter. Like, I tried to contact them so hard. I wrote letters, and then finally on Twitter one night, I was laid up from surgery, and I reached out to him on Twitter, and he answered. And he opened that door, and I hounded them for a long time to get me on the show. And I became friends with Aaron, and then later on Nick. And then things got a little complicated, as things do, a little bit, you know. And like I said, I never, ever saw it going this way, and that I would actually have my own show called Ghost Stalkers. So wherever he is, I thank him for opening the door. Yeah.
Also, you were able to bring the mullet and make it sexy.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. You?
Great.
My question is that if you could take anything from the set of Supernatural, what would you take?
Paula?
The pool table.
Yeah.
The pool table. And the Panther painting behind it. Yeah. And, yeah, the pool table.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hello. Once again, I just want to thank you for coming to Minnesota.
Well, thank you for having me.
And thank you for sharing your experience with us. I can understand that being a paranormal investigator, you get a lot of skeptics and critics.
Sure.
I just wonder how you deal with the naysayers and if it's difficult sometimes for you.
Yeah, you know, we're skeptic as humans, and we should be. That is a natural human condition, and we should be skeptic. We shouldn't assume that everything is paranormal, right? But when people are like, I don't believe, and that's the way it's going to be, well, you know, we can't be so far left or far right. Let's meet somewhere in the middle. And based on what I have experienced, hands down, 110%, this shit is real. And it gets real. To the point where it causes a problem. I have 3 attachments now that raise holy hell in my home and terrify my dog. So it gets very, very real. To the naysayers, you know, okay, then I'll tell you what. I will meet you at Whispers Estate at night. This is the place I was telling you about. I'll meet you there. They do ghost tours. Make it a point to go there. Treat it like a Disneyland trip. Go spend a couple days in this location if you're a naysayer. Go in by yourself. And then you come out and tell me that you don't believe anymore. That's what I say. Go do it. You can't just sit behind your computer or say, I don't believe and this is fake, ha ha ha. Be a man. Go experience it. You know? Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, Chad.
Hi.
It's nice to see you. First, I want to say throwback. I remember you on Buffy.
Oh, well, thank you. That's serious throwback. Yes.
So my question is, is there any paranormal place that you still want to visit that's really intense that you haven't yet?
There's a lot of places. I would like to go to Stonehenge.
Ooh.
Yeah. Suicide Forest in Japan. Ooh, yeah. There's a lot of places. I mean, that's the cool thing is I keep getting invited to all these cool places to go investigate. I want to go everywhere I can and experience all I can because everywhere is different and there's different energies and experiences to be had. So I hope I can just, continue to do it.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi. So you just said that you have attachments in your house?
Yes.
Is there any way that you try to get them to cool down a bit and not act out as much?
Sure. Yeah. I have a revolving door around me now, so it kind of comes with the territory, and I'm okay with that. This a couple investigations ago, I went to a place called the Glen Tavern Inn. It was an old speakeasy place, and as soon as we left there, I knew right away that something was very, very wrong. I was screaming at the dog. I was being an a-hole to my friend. I was just like, F up. And I came home, and Lima, my dog, my little dog, right? She usually can stand these things off. She'll usually just go, and bark and kind of do that low, stiff growl, that's coming from here. She'll do that. But this time was different. I came home, and literally, my dog is hopping inside of my lap, and she's quivering. And she's looking over at the doorway, and she's making eye contact, like this. 2 heads, right? Okay, this is not good. She's hiding under the bed. She doesn't do that. She's hiding behind the couch. She doesn't do that. So I have a friend who's an Avalonian witch, okay? And she helps me. It's like a medium, and she's been helping me trying to figure out exactly how to deal with this and who is in my home. And also, I pull out my equipment to get validation. I have 3. I have a murderer, okay? It was like a speakeasy place, like a gangster. He's a bad mofo. I have that guy, another gangster friend of his, and the woman that he murdered. All in my house. All on me. Okay? It is really bad. And I've been working vehemently to try to get them out. They'll throw things in my place. They terrify my dog. I'll wake up in the middle of the night, and Lima will literally be on top of my head and going. So, right near my bed. It just goes on and on and on. The woman, one night, I felt the woman run up on me and give me this big hug. And I was like, ooh, it was like that moment in Ghost, It's like, ugh. And then I got sad and started crying because I was feeling her emotion. So there's a lot of things you can do. Sage, of course, is like the standard. I do a lot of sage, but I've had to kick it up. A lot of notches, okay? You all right? Yeah. Huh? Get the salt. Yeah. I've got salt, and trust me, I sprinkle that shit. Okay, you throw it in the corners. Okay, I got sage, and I got a spray bottle full of holy water. And I go through the entire house like this, and I'm spraying, and I'm telling them, it's a fight. I'm in a paranormal war at my own home. And that's the way it feels like. So I got the holy water, and then my friend suggested I go get some stuff called asafoetida. And if you don't know what it is, it's a spice from India. And it smells like death. Like death, okay? But she told me it's like pouring acid on a ghost. So I went out, and I found some, and I'm smelling it, and I'm like, trying not to gag and throw up. And I went and sprinkled it in my doors, in the windows, and all through the cracks in the floors, everywhere. And lo and behold, it worked. Calms things down. Not completely, but it helps. So it's consistency. So I know some of you have problems with this. Some of you may have a very active home. Some of you may have attachments. There are things that you can do because it does get real. And you take that risk by doing it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi. One of my favorite things about Ash, obviously besides the mullet, was his laptop that he created.
Yeah.
Was that, were you able to take that, or know where that is?
I wish. I don't get to keep anything, really. The only thing that would mine was the skull that he wore. I brought that. I pierced my ear for it. But no, I don't get to keep anything. And then, that computer, like, weighed like 50 pounds, But yeah, no, I don't take anything or have any.
Was it just a regular laptop with just stuff?
Yeah, but like, it's literally, they built like a crazy machine that literally like weighed like 40 pounds. Yeah, they're not messing around. Ash isn't messing around. Yeah. Thank you. Hi.
Hi. So I have a question for you.
Yes.
With your knowledge of paranormal investigation, are the guys on Supernatural doing anything wrong?
Whoa! What a great question. That's a good one. Look, it all comes from some truth. Yes, supernatural, it's fantasy, and, there's a lot of things going on. But it comes from some truth. The salt comes from some truth. So I think, especially in the supernatural, it's got to come from the core of myths and craziness and, all these things. So it always stems from some truth, I think. And then they take it off and, they go off into crazy land. But, they're doing fine. They're doing good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi. So my question is, since you are a paranormal expert, do you think you could teach the ghost facers anything?
Oh, yeah.
It's funny. I like to say that I'm not an expert. I'm experienced, because there are so many things I don't know. This world, and I'm going to quote my friend John Tenney here. This world is far more weirder than we give it credit for. There's some weird shit going on, and that's what fascinates me so much. It was a couple years ago, I had a ghost tour that we went to the Bonnie Springs Ranch. It was a Vegas event, right? And AJ and Travis came out. They came out with me, and I was doing the spirit box, which I brought as well, if you have a little time. I was doing the spirit box, right? And I go, what's Travis's last name? And it goes, Wester. Right? And then, AJ was like, oh, no. He was afraid. And Travis is tripping out. I love those two guys. They're a lot of fun. And we joke all the time about the ghost stuff. So, I'll take them out again, show them a few things.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi. To have a supernatural experience, do you have to have a certain gift, or can anyone encounter it?
Anyone. I've met a lot of people who did not believe until they saw a man walk out of their room, down the hallway, and walk into another room. And they walked down there, and they opened the door, and there was no one there. Was not a believer. Now is a believer, right? You don't have to be as sensitive. We're all sensitive. We're all given that, right? All we gotta do is open ourselves up. Open your mind. Open your hearts. Be open-minded to this stuff. If you feel something going on, if you've had experiences in your home, there are things you could do. Get a digital recorder and just start asking questions. That's all you gotta do. And the best tool is yourself. How is your body feeling? When you have an experience, your body's going to tell you the truth. Your mind is going to tell you, oh, you didn't experience that, you didn't see the door move, you didn't this, you're crazy. But your body is like, It will always tell you the truth. So I always tell people, just open yourselves up. There are things going on everywhere. There's spirits in here, sitting here with us. I got a couple with me right now, probably. They're everywhere.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Give you guys some shit to think about today, right? Hi, Constant, there's a child. Hi! Sorry.
What's your favorite supernatural monster from the show?
My favorite supernatural monster from the show is Paris Hilton. Yeah. Awesome.
Uh-oh.
Hi. I was wondering how you got started in all the paranormal stuff that you are started in today.
I've always had experiences as a young kid. I've always been very, very fascinated with it. You know, watched all the shows, and then it just sort of like, here I am now as, I don't want to say career, but it's turned into that. I take people out now on investigations, and, you know, I want people to have experiences, because there's nothing that makes you feel more alive than when you're dealing with the dead.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is it time?
No, keep going.
Okay. Hi.
Hi. I wanted to know what your opinion was on the EMF readers that you can download onto your cell phone.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very wary of anything that you can download on your cell phone. Like I said, the best instrument is yourself and a digital recorder. And that's it. Pay attention to how your body feels. You know, the ghost radar and all that stuff, not so much. Yeah. But there is real equipment out there that you can get that I would recommend. The Spirit Box is a lot of fun. But just a digital recorder and you. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
I was wondering, when do you know if a spirit is good or bad?
That's a good question. Usually you can feel it. There's a big misconception that if you get pushed or scratched, right? Oh, it's gotta be evil. It's gotta be the evil spirit. When in truth, what happens when a kid is trying to get attention? They pull, they scratch, they yank, right? It's just like that. I won't ever assume because I got scratched, and I had. The very first thing that happened when I was out with the Ghost Adventures cruise, I got scratched on my neck. And there were 2 lines that went down like this, and then a third that was crooked. So whatever scratched me had a claw, right? What is that? I forgot where I was going with this whole thing. But, where was I going? Oh yes, evil spirits, right. Yes, thank you. Yeah, a lot of people assume that because this happens and this happens that it's evil. A lot of the time they just want to say hi, and that's the way that they're going to validate that they're there, if they pull your hair and kind of yank at you a little bit. Now, are there evil spirits? Yes. Are there things that are beyond spirits that are evil? Yes. I have gone into places and felt absolute evil. Like where, you know, the ice crystals start to envelop around my hands. Okay, I was in a place with Nick Roth, and we were setting up, and he goes up, and this place did not like him whatsoever. And he goes up, and he's like, whoa, hold on a second. And as soon as he said that, I felt this ice glove go up all the way down my hand, and all of a sudden I hear Nick go, run! And we bolted out of that place. I mean, there are things, and that's what's so scary, is we don't know what this is. I mean, we don't know. It's crazy. So, and that's why I love doing it, because it raises a lot of questions. So,
That's exactly why I don't like doing it. This is where you and I park up. Chad and I never run into each other other than conventions. What are you doing, Chad? I'm going to stir up some ghosts. What are you doing, Richard? Going the opposite direction?
I want to get this guy out on an investigation one of these days.
Well, I'll definitely be wearing my brown pants. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chad Lindberg! Jordan, next time I do the drum, I should probably not look at you. It's a little, probably anticlimactic. Just do your thing. For me, no, I should look at you and then know that I've looked at you and we're like in sync, and then look back to them, because otherwise they're just getting my bottom. Jim, don't do that. Your dads are going to watch this later. So, honey, how's the show? We watch it online. Dear God. You're dirty and everything. Is that you? Stripper dance bottom music? It's not a lie. Jean sales just plummeted. What brand of pants are you wearing? Because I'm never buying them.
Those are tight-ass jeans, I think is the name.
Tight-ass is the brand. Tight-ass jeans. I don't want to brag, but the band, we all woke up this morning, we all worked out. The same. I know you're thinking to yourself, really? We did. We're all fit as fiddles. But no one's more fit than the man who hosts this next game. Let's get the theme song for the next game going, shall we, gentlemen? Yes! I just said yes. Part of yes, don't you understand, guys? I say yes. So whatever I say, you're not going to say yes, you're going to say. You have attitude problems, guys. What's with the negativity? I said I'm going to buy you a present. Oh, sure. Here, take it. Speaking of presents, the band is present backstage, ready to go on stage, and host the Snow Day. He's back there. Let's bring him out. Mr. Gary Bartman.
Everybody.
Gary Berman.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We have $1,400 to give out to someone in the audience who really is an expert on all things supernatural. Doug, where are you? If I get some house lights on, that'd be helpful. Get the house lights on. There they come. Okay, Doug, where are you? Going down the stairs. Okay, Doug is going to go through the audience and pick out people who claim to be experts in supernatural. Don't raise your hand unless you really are an expert. If you are an expert and get selected, make sure